Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today I am really inspired by all the ideas that I got from you on my latest video that I posted yesterday. I was getting so many ideas and I think I have a series now that I will be trying all of them. So starting off with a lovely follower, I will put here above their idea. And I loved it so much yesterday that I think I hardly slept and I was thinking throughout. So let's start. They shared that I can use foil into the embossing folders, and believe me, I was so happy to hear about it. So what I'm doing here is I have taken this foil and now I'm placing it inside the embossing folder, same as I have done with the fantasy paper, but this time I'm using the foil. So another idea, I will link them as well. They told me to use a rolling pin. Yesterday I was using a bottle. That idea I also found it on the YouTube, but they told me to use a rolling pin and I thought, why not try it? So this is a rolling pin that I use to roll my polymer clay with. So I'm doing it on the embossing. So yeah, it totally worked and you can see how beautiful the pattern has been transferred. So this idea is working so amazing. I think I need to buy some more designs to try more of the ideas. So at the moment I had these two folders, so I'm trying the same designs. So that is the hexagon and this is the floral. I'm so happy that the first one worked and I'm doing the second one now. So now I will be using the rolling pin again onto the folder. So this was really much easy than the bottle that I was using yesterday. So anyone going to try it, try this rolling pin. This will work. So here we go and let's see how it turned out. So you can see, yeah, it is actually working as it has transferred on the first one, so is onto the second one, and how beautiful this floral effect has came onto the foil. So now I have both of my designs done, and after that I'm just selecting the side which I will be adding to the top of the coasters. For this, what I'm doing here is I'm doing a bit of recycling. So before doing that, I am just checking with the fantasy film that if I put the fantasy film on the top of the foil, do I see the designs? Is it see-through? So I'm just going to check that now. So I'm just putting up the fantasy paper here. So yeah, I can see the design. So that was my main concern here. So instead of using this fantasy paper, I will be using the cellophane paper again, just to see that if it looks beautiful and is so that everyone can do it. So it's sort of DIY. So here I'm just putting up the cellophane paper and yes, I can see through and it's looking amazing. So now I will be taking the coasters. So now I have seen that I can do that. So what I will be doing is I am using my coaster as a rough guide and I will be cutting out circles. So I will be making 2 or 3 coasters depending on the design that I will be going for and applying different techniques to see the outcome, and I'm cutting them now. So this is the coaster that I had already had. I just spray paint it black color, and what I am doing is I am adding the foil on top of it. So you can see the underneath of the coaster anyway. So it doesn't matter if you don't color it. So I'm just checking if it's fit properly. Then after that I added Elmer glues to the top of the coaster, and then I placed my foil on top of it, and when it dried, now I will be adding different effects to these coasters. So here I'm just showing you the Elmer glue that I applied. So it's been already sticking to it. So on the next step, what I'm doing here is I have cut the cellophane paper according to the size here. And I have crunched the cellophane paper. And again, checking the size. If everything is perfect, then I will proceed to the next step. After it's all dried. So after a few hours, it's all been dried, and now I will be using the resin on top of this one. So I will be trying different techniques on this depending on the design and which one will come good, because actually this is my first time doing this, so I don't know if it's done before, because there are so many amazing artists and anything has been done before, I can't guarantee it now. So I've just added a clear resin on the top of the coaster here. You can leave these coasters silver as well, so they can be a bit off on the mechanical side or yeah, technical sort of stuff. But I'm going to take them on a next level here, and I'm just adding a rough layer of resin on the top of the coaster. So you can do it in the other way as well. You can add yeah, the resin into the coaster mold and then add this foil and top build layers if you're doing it from the scratch. I'm just doing it a bit of recycling and DIY here. So now I will be using some alcohol ink. These are by Let's Resin. So I will be adding the inks on top of this coaster to see what the effects will be. So I'm just selecting the colors that complement each other. So my purple has been finished from Let's Resin, so I'm using this octopus ink. These are highly concentrated inks, so you can see that they are really dark. So I was trying to, I didn't use more of it. As you can see, the texture beneath has been disappeared. Whereas when I use this alcohol ink by Let's Resin, I can see the design underneath. So these were really great to work with this design. So I'm just randomly adding the ink at different places. So this is really again up to you, whatever color you like to play with. So now I have added the foil on the top of the resin now, and I can see the texture has been disappeared, but the colors and the cellophane paper is giving such an amazing effect. I am loving it, but I think I need to make one more, because in this design the effect has been gone beneath the foil. That's because of the dark purple that I have used, because on the other colors, the orange and the pink, they are on the lighter side, but because of the purple color, the design has been vanished. But somehow this is looking so beautiful, so I'm loving it. So for the next one, what I will be doing here is that I will be adding a just simple transparent color on top of it, nothing else. So I have mixed magenta color into the resin, and it's a transparent pigment, and so I will be just topping this with this resin on the floral coaster. At first I was thinking of adding different colors, but I thought, well, let's try and add something simple and plain here. Yes, I do added a bit of glitter on the next step that you will be seeing. So this is the glitter I'm just showing you that I will be adding to the resin now. So I just poured a clear resin into the same container, and I really don't want it to be on a very darker side, just a light color, because I want the underneath to show. So I'm adding the rest of the resin on top of it. Now with the heat gun, I'm just spreading the resin on the top. So these two are done, and now I have done the same, and I have taken another coaster. I cut the foil and just added on the top of the coaster, and after adding the foil, I'm just adding a layer of clear resin on top of the foil here. So I'm redoing the fancy film or the cellophane paper again, because that one was a bit off. You can say fail, but it is pretty on its own, but I really want the effect to be seen through, so I had to try it again. This time I will be not adding any inks on the top of this foil. So now I'm adding the cellophane paper on the top of the resin coaster. And this looks pretty. So for the next step, what I will be doing is I will be taking a clear resin and I will be adding a hint of color. You can add any color you like. I added a hint of purple in it. So just showing you how it looks like. You can see the texture beneath, so I'm happy about that. And plus it looks so pretty. So with different color of fantasy film, you can get different colors, but this is a cellophane paper. And now I'm adding the resin that I was telling you before. So now I'm pouring the purple color on the top of the cellophane paper. So I added a hint of purple color and now it's looking more beautiful. So these all three are done now and I will leave them to cure. So see you next day. So this is the next day, and what I will be doing here is I already applied the gilding glue on the top sides of the corner of the resin because resin coasters, because I know that the golden will be a best option for them. So I will be adding the golden outer edges for these coasters. So it's a mirror gold that I'm using here. And after doing so, this is all done. This is the final step, and now we will see how they all turned out. So this is how they all turned out, and I'm actually loving this one as well, because it has nothing to do with the effect technique, the emboss technique, but still it looks so pretty. I really wanted to include this into the experiment because somehow it's beautiful. And the colors, because of the alcohol ink that I used with the cellophane paper, it's something different on its own. So yeah, actually loving this one as well. So this is the one with the simple one, and it has its own beauty because it's simple. I didn't do much to it. The effect from the underneath and the foil itself and a hint of color into the resin, that's it. And with this one I did a bit of changing here. I did got a little bit of air bubble, you can see here, but it's no worries because this was an experiment, but I will be might be doing something more indifferent in the future. But I love how it turned out. So they all were very amazing, and thank you so much for your amazing support and the suggestion you all gave me for using the foil with the embossing folders. Thank you so much. And there are still, I think, 2 or more techniques that I have seen in my replies into the previous video, and I will be definitely trying them as well. So really excited. So I hope you like them, and if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please considering do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.